Now then, welcome to this update episode of Now That's Midschool with me, Matt Barton. What's been going on? What's coming up? As you'll know, I got the standard bike off eBay, stripped it down, sold a load of bits and pieces off it that I didn't want, including the frame. So I was left with standard bash forks for the Burma build in chrome, as you can see. Really nice condition. I think these are pre-bash. There's no sign of the extra thick end cap on the fork leg that the bashers had. So I think, like I said, these predate the bash forks by a couple of years. So these are going to be getting an oxalic or citric acid bath just to clean them up a little bit. Just little bits of surface rust in various places. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Why they've got pitchfork decals on, I don't know, but they have. So they'll be coming off, and I'll be trying to source the correct standard decals for those before the build actually commences properly. Oh, what else did I get from the standard bike? Got myself a nice 2.2 Dirt Monster, loads of tread left on it. Really tidy tyre. So that's going to be going on the front end of the Burma, because it's going to be dirt orientated, of course. I also kept the profile cranks that came on the standard. As you can see, they are chrome. They're a little bit tired. They'll also be getting the acid treatment just to bring them up a little bit. So 180 mils, classic length really for like the late mid-school, mid-school if you like, sort of turn of the century size, before people started realizing that 175s were probably the way to go and going in that direction. But yeah, 180, so pretty pleased with that result as well. Now, some of you will have seen the standard came with Shimano DXs. I think they're going to look fantastic on it. They certainly felt fantastic when I took the standard out for a thrash round the block. Never rode them back in the day, so yeah, they felt really good underfoot. So, speaking of the Burma, oh shit, excuse me, got this back from powder coating yesterday. So gloss black was the finish. As I mentioned in the previous update, didn't bother having the dropouts restored or the various dents and scrapes refinished and tidied up. Just left it as it was. It was a good bit glossier yesterday, but I took the green part of a kitchen sponge to it and just gently rubbed all the tubes down just to dull it a little bit, kind of aging it, if you like. And I think it's kind of worked as well, so I might do a little bit more on that. See if I can get it looking like it came from back in the day, and more survivor like, because the parts I'm getting, cranks, forks, bars, everything else, they're all going to be survivor, but I want really clean and tidy survivor parts going on it. So yeah. So that's the update on the Burma build. I've got the authentic decals in the cupboard downstairs, so that's all good. Pop that back with the Kiz and the other Burma. So what else has been happening in the Now That's Midschool world? Last weekend was the Darwin leg of the Back for More in 24 tour. Ron Wilkerson, Brian Blyther, Dave Nouri, they've been touring the UK, Europe before that, parts of the US, and they went back to the US beginning of of this week to finish that tour off. Absolutely brilliant show they put on. Really energetic. Really just such a good vibe about the whole thing. Got to ride a little bit with Ron. I say ride a little bit, share the same deck space, have a few words between runs and whatnot. Of course, he was sessioning the 9-foot quarter pipe, whilst I was just sessioning various little ledges and manual jibs and whatnot. But seemed like such a cool guy. Really easy to talk to. Got to look at his bike, which was an old 6061 aluminium 2-hip park, 20-inch top tube, bog standard. A few adaptations to it, I think because of its age. He'd got the Groove Tech system on the front end, so I don't know if you remember, Ron were working on the front end system, which was basically bars, stems and forks. Not interchangeable with other company products, so it kind of locked you into 2-hip there, but looking at it, it were a really clean setup, and you know, it seems to work for Ron. And watching him dropping backwards on that 9-foot quarter pipe from nose pick, a lot of faith in his products, his coaster brake setup was something else. I forget the details on it now, but it looked like something from medieval times. But like I said, dropping in fakie from nose pick on a 9-foot quarter, it worked. So I'll show you that. I also got to talk to Ron about 2-hip and Wilkerson Airlines. I would have liked to have nerded out on him much more, but a long time ago, his memory's not quite what it was, so things were a little fuzzy for him, and the atmosphere in the bar didn't help. It was really noisy, so even with the microphones, I couldn't pick it up. It was just inaudible, the recording that I got, so sorry about that. Got to show him my death frame along with my pork and my soul, and signed it for me, so buzzing about that. He reckoned there were about 250 of these made, sold really fast apparently. Really good ride, he said, so I'll have to take his word for that, but I know I love the look of it at least. It's purposeful, I think. Purposeful. Very late in the mid-school, 2003. What else did he tell me? Well, on the Wilkerson Airlines and 2-hip Lounge on Facebook group, a while ago, someone posted a 21-inch pork, and I'm like, 21-inch pork? No, mate, they were all 20-inch. So I asked Ron about it, and again, his memory, a little bit vague. You know, all he could answer was, maybe we did make a 21-inch. So, yeah. Wilkerson Airlines, now then. So, a couple of years ago on Instagram, Wilkerson Airlines page formed. Shrouded in mystery, I suppose. No one knew who was running it. But it kind of went quiet. But obviously there's been rumblings over the internet there that Wilkerson Airlines are coming back. So I asked Ron, what's the plan with Wilkerson Airlines, and he said yes, he does plan on doing some frames in the future, 2025. Seemed quite confident that it was going to happen. I did ask him what the plan was were the frames going to be faithful to the original in terms of tube size, geometry, design, or whether they were going to be reimagined with modern geometry, similar aesthetics, but modern geometry, 1/1/8 headset, you know, internal headset, mid-bottom bracket, all that. That isn't decided yet. It did say, though, that the guy who made all the Wilkerson Airlines and the 2 hips was going to be making the new batch. So hey, there we go. Yeah, keeping that real for sure. So what's coming up? In a couple of weeks, towards the end of this month, there's the Mid Bash down at Prevail Skate House in Poole here in the UK. So I'll be attending that one. That's the second one. So hopefully it's going to become an annual thing. What am I going to be taking there? I'm likely going to take the Two Hip Death because I don't think many of those came to the UK, that's for sure. So that'll be something for folks to look at. And I'm probably going to be taking the ex-Will Jackson Gen 2 Metal Bikes Kiz for people to check out. I also need to drop it off with Leroy to do some work. New cable guide is required. Various dents, scrapes, dropout rash, all need putting right before it gets the full restoration treatment. So yeah, bit of UK history. This is the Frame Will Road just prior to getting hooked up with We the People. But he put this thing through some pain, but it took it. Still straight, still uncracked, just a few scars, really. So testament to Metal Bikes products, which you know I'm a massive fan of. So yeah, pop that back a moment. So what else is coming up? Collections wise, been talking to Noel Granger. If you follow All City Anarchy on Instagram, or you've maybe bought something from him off eBay, All City Anarchy is Noel Granger. And if you do know him, you know he's got a huge video collection, VHS and DVD. So we've been in talks about doing that. He just needs to make a few alterations to the room in which they're stored, and then we can get down there and do a show about that. But believe you me when I tell you, it is absolutely massive, his collection of VHS BMX tapes. So that's something to look forward to. We've also penciled in Kirk Middleton from here in the UK for an episode in October, early October. Kirk's been on the collecting game for quite some time now. He was around in the very early days of the Facebook group BMX Midschool Days page, one of the bigger groups on Facebook. He's been a little bit quiet in recent years, but he's still got a collection, so we'll be checking that out in October. So look forward to that. Couple of other people I've been talking to that I'm hoping to get in before the end of the year. That'd be really cool. And also I need to get into Instagram's real_BMX. I just know he's got a nice little stash of goodies from the mid-school era. And he also has some chrome 2-hip strip bars for my Burma build that I need to collect. So give me a date, Real. Let's make this happen. You know I'm keen. Let's have it. So yeah, things have been a little bit quiet over the last month or two in terms of getting around to collections, but we do have some on the cards. So look forward to those. So there you go. That's the update. In the meantime, take it easy, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.